When one hears the term programmatic music, the minds of many swiftly recall Symphonie Fantastique by Hector Berlioz or pictures at an exhibition by Mussorgsky. However, the roots of programmatic music extend far deeper into history than these celebrated works. Allow me to demonstrate. First of all, everyone, even those who aren't musicians, is familiar with Vivaldi's Four Seasons. Four concerti for violin and string orchestra that vividly illustrate the seasons of the year. The program of the music is based on four sonnets written by the composer. For instance, in Concerto No. 4, The Winter, one can picture a man shivering from the cold as the solo violin trills on the high B-flat, echoing the first line of the sonnet, to tremble from cold in the icy snow. Or consider the moment when pace quickens, reflecting the line, to run, stamping one's feet every moment, our teeth chattering in the extreme cold. All other elements from the sonnet, such as wind and other aspects of winter, are also meticulously notated and written into the score itself. To get a more clear idea, let's look at the definition of programmatic music. Program music is instrumental music that carries some extra musical meaning, some program of literature-based idea, legend, scenic description, or personal drama. And on the other hand, we have pure, absolute music, and its definition is: absolute music is music that's not explicitly about anything. Now let us compare two keyboard suites, one by Johann Sebastian Bach and the other one by Jean-Philippe Rameau. Bach's English Suite No. 2 in A minor consists of 7 movements, 6 of which are dances frequently featured in his suites. Besides the title of each dance and the opening prelude, Bach does not provide any additional descriptions. In contrast, Rameau wrote a suite in G minor with 9 movements. I would like to highlight a few: the 5th movement, titled The Hen, the 7th movement, titled The Savages, and the 9th movement, titled The Egyptians. Now I will play an excerpt from the 5th movement, along with the sheet music. Now tell me whose suite is programmatic and whose is absolute music. With these two examples, though there are many more, we can challenge the basic notion that programmatic music first emerged during the Romantic period. Besides these Baroque pieces, I would like to explore other works, though not widely recognized today, played a significant role in the development of program music. The first piece is a symphonic poem composed by Franz Liszt, titled Mazeppa. This is the 6th poem from his cycle, composed in 1851. Liszt was inspired by a poem by Victor Hugo. Not to be confused, Liszt also wrote a piano etude of the same name, and these pieces share many melodies and other elements. The program behind the piece is based on a story of Mazeppa, a Ukrainian nobleman who seduced the wife of the King of Poland and was punished by being tied naked to a wild horse that ran violently towards Ukraine. The horse eventually collapsed, and Mazeppa was rescued by Ukrainian Cossacks, who later made him their leader. The piece demands a large orchestra, and its form is ternary, including a coda representing Mazeppa's victory. Besides Mazeppa, Liszt composed a cycle of 12 symphonic poems and numerous other programmatic pieces, including the Dante Symphony, Totentanz, Hungaria, and many more, which you can explore and listen on your own. Very close to my heart is the Manfred Symphony by Tchaikovsky, composed based on the poem of the same name by Byron. The reason I'm highlighting this piece is that it is Tchaikovsky's only programmatic work in more than one movement. Additionally, this symphony surpasses all of his other symphonies in terms of form and instrumentation. Tchaikovsky himself considered it one of his best works, written in 1885 and premiered in 1886 in Moscow. Like all classical symphonies, it has 4 movements. However, the Manfred Symphony is rarely performed today due to its complexity and length. Both this work and the symphonic suite Antar by Rimsky-Korsakov were influenced by Berlioz's use of 4-movement structure for his programmatic pieces. Next on the list is Antar, a symphonic suite initially named Symphony No. 2, composed by Rimsky-Korsakov. This work is based on an Oriental tale by Osip Sankovsky and stands out as the first multi-movement programmatic work in Russian music, predating Tchaikovsky's Manfred Symphony. Antar was written in 1868 and revised twice in 75 and 97. The story concerns Antar, a solitary adventurer living in the desert who rescues a gazelle from a large bird. The gazelle is revealed to be a fairy named Gulnazar, who is also the queen of Palmyra. In gratitude for his heroism, Antar is granted the 3 joys missing from his life: vengeance, power, and love. Movements 2, 3, and 4 represent these 3 joys. The experience of the last joy, however, consumes Antar, and in the end, he dies in Queen's arms. This suite was dedicated to Cesar Cui. The following piece is the only one on this list that does not have a clear program, such as a poem or story, but rather draws inspiration from nature and various paintings. La Mer is a 3-movement work composed by Debussy, which he called 3 symphonic sketches La Mer. Debussy was inspired by paintings of Turner and Hokusai. When the score was published, Debussy requested that the cover design include a detail from Hokusai's The Hollow of the Wave of Kanagawa. Debussy's own life experiences provided an emotional foundation for La Mer. He had once considered becoming a sailor and retained a lifelong affection for, as he said, my old friend, the sea. It is always endless and beautiful. It is truly the element of nature that most humbles you. This work was composed in 1905 and revised in 1909. It requires a large orchestra and features lush, complex harmonies along with innovative orchestration techniques. After the premiere of the piece and his debut as a conductor, Debussy wrote, "One of my main impressions is that I really reached the heart of my own music." In conclusion, programmatic music offers a rich landscape of storytelling through sound, transcending the boundaries of mere notes to evoke vivid images and narratives. From the Baroque intricacies of Vivaldi and Rameau to the romantic expressions of Liszt, Tchaikovsky, and Rimsky-Korsakov, and finally to the evocative nature-inspired works of Debussy, we see how composers have long used music to paint pictures and tell stories. In the next videos, I will focus on analyzing pieces that my viewers recommended in the comments of the last video. Please share your favorite programmatic works and I might explore those too. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more videos.